Welcome back, guys. Ghetto Rig, episode 265. We got a special episode for you. One of our great guests has decided to come back, graced us with his presence again. My name is Jay, as you all know. All the way to my right is Eddy, my co-host.
Over here getting undressed.
Yeah, behind the camera we have Miggy, but then on the couch we have none other than Yuri Simões back at it again. Thanks for showing up, Yuri.
Appreciate you having you back.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's cool to have you back. But there's a lot of things that are happening in the jiu-jitsu community. There's a lot of things that are happening with MMA fights and things like that. And I know we're talking a bit before the episode started. We're talking a bit about Makhachev fight and whatnot.
We'll talk about JDM and Makhachev. Miguel, could you bring up that card for us, please? Either just Google, if you just Google UFC, Google has like a platform built out. Yeah, if you scroll down, there we go. We'll be able to see the card. But what do you guys think? Makhachev, JDM. Makhachev moving up in a weight class to 170, coming from 155, and he's gonna face the guy that just put a beating on Bilal Muhammad, which was debatably probably the better grappler in his division as well. Right?
Yeah, Maldonado is probably the best.
Madalena,
not Madalena. Madalena is probably the best candidate for it because Bilal is a very good grappler and he couldn't really do shit to him, right? He was just very good at defending, very good at
getting back
takedowns, getting back up. Like he got back up and Bilal couldn't keep him down, right? So that was been Bilal's thing.
So you think Madalena win?
No, I still think Makhachev got the edge. What are the odds right now?
Yep, there you go.
What are the odds, Miggy? Do you know?
What are you thinking, Yuri, between the two guys? I know you've got you said before you've trained with Islam and so you've got a little bit of definitely more front row knowledge than we do.
Yeah, I trained Islam. Maybe last time I trained with him was in 2022, and he was already pretty much at the peak performance stage of his career, and he's for sure he gained weight and stuff. But I have a good idea of what his game is like, and man, he's probably amongst the greatest people from grappling that I've trained with. Like as far as like skills on the ground, he's very skilled, especially when you're talking about grappling for MMA. Very hard to do like anything on him, like from guard passing to take his back and establish any position like a dominant position. It's very hard, and that's coming from me, like a guy that fought in the biggest stage of grappling, and it's also relatively heavier than him. Now he's like welterweight, but still, even now, but like then it was even a bigger gap, and like he's solid. He's solid on bottom, he's solid on top. His wrestling is very well rounded. Like I don't think like Bilal it's on his caliber, like as far as wrestling. I think Bilal is very good. Of course, he was a UFC champion. I have big respect for anybody who is a champion, like especially in the UFC. There's great competitors. So for him to be there, to be at that level, he has to be legit. But I think there are levels to it, and I think like
Islam's just on that.
Yes,
next level
he's just like, I think like that's probably gonna be his toughest fight. The toughest fight
for Islam.
Yeah, I mean he has one loss, right? Like long time ago. But I think since he's been on that like winning row, I think like that's possibly going to be his toughest fight. Even probably, it has the potential to be tougher than Volkanovski. On the paper.
I would say so.
On the paper, right? Like it's a bigger opponent. He's more like current, and stuff. And I think younger as well. So I think like it's gonna. But also Islam gained some size. He's not small for welterweight. He's like what 5'11".
Yeah, he's a taller dude as well.
He's also got size. He put some. I think he has the frame. He puts some weight, and he looks like he's not like in so much disadvantage when it comes to size, which is good, and it's gonna be interesting to see.
Do you think that extra weight is gonna make him slower?
That's what I think. It's gonna be interesting. It could make him slower, or it could make him stronger, and because like at the end of the day, like the day after the weightings, it probably is what 76 kg. I mean I don't know pounds. I know pounds on my weight, but for him he's like What's the lightweight division?
Lightweight 155.
155.
So the next day he's at least 165, 170.
That's what I would think as well. These guys
probably
put back on
170.
10 to 15, yeah.
Yeah, so he's probably 170 because
And
he's
the
super
bigger guys put
dehydrated.
even more on.
Yeah, and I see his face on the weightings. He
yeah.
cuts a lot of water. I would say minimum 170. So that's 15 pounds minimum that he puts back. So he's already kind of like close to that. And now apparently he didn't lose that much weight. So he's just healthy, training.
Oh, so what you're saying is basically finding it his walking weight, almost.
A little bit. Oh no, he's heavier, I think, but maybe he's like, I don't know, 10 pounds heavier than his walking weight. But when he was on his walking weight, he was also sluggish. Maybe he's like 10 pounds heavier on his walking weight, but in a training camp.
Right.
Which is like a lot, right? Like,
Yeah.
for you to be able to be lean, because he's still lean, in the, from lightweight to welterweight, I think he's got the size, but he's healthy. Those guys are always in shape. So I don't think he.
I always look at when guys change divisions, right? And like, for example, when Volkanovski went and fought Islam, right? You think there's two ways they can kind of go about it. Let's say, all right, well, I walk around 155, 160 anyways, because I fight around 145, right? Instead of trying to put on the weight, I'm just going to train and not have to cut anything. And they see an advantage from that, right? Because they say cutting weight, you basically are on the brink of death at sometimes. True. And you can't think that the next day after that, you're going to be 100% sometimes, right? Or they can go the other route of saying, not only am I going to bulk up, I'm going to bulk up as much as I can and still have to cut weight on top of that, right? And, in one way, it's interesting because for JD, like, let's say Islam says, okay, I'm just going to bulk to, like, 175. That's going to be my walking around weight. Like, and that's already my walking around weight. And I'm not going to bulk up. I'm not going to bring any weight. I'm just going to not cut, right? I'll have to cut very minimal weight and not have to regenerate for the next day. But for JDM, he's 170. He's probably walking around 190, right? And then the next day he puts all that weight back on, right? And now you're at a significant weight disadvantage, but you're at a significant advantage of recovery because you didn't have to cut all that weight like the other guy did, right? So it's a weird game to play because you have those two options and you're playing a gamble, really.
Yeah, I think the most important, weight matters. I think it matters even more in MMA than Jiu-Jitsu. But
with striking, there's a striking aspect that adds that.
It's striking, and also like it's striking on the ground where you have the canvas underneath your head, which is like even like I think it makes a bigger difference. But I think the person who feels good feels like, because you can be heavy and you can be out of shape.
Right.
You can be heavy and you can feel amazing, mobile, strong. You have stamina. You're explosive and stuff, so it all depends. Let's see how Islam is going to, perform with that extra weight. I'm thinking that knowing those guys and knowing their discipline and their work ethic and stuff, he's trained hard. He's trained a lot, and I think he's prepared. So I think that's, if anything, is going to help him. We're gonna probably see a stronger Islam on the clinch, all those wrestling exchange. I think that's gonna favor his game a lot. Maybe if it was a guy, that's another thing. Like say a guy like Anderson Silva, for example. If there was a guy like Anderson Silva, I think maybe the weight could affect because a lot of it is movement, But I think for Islam's style,
it's not a very
might enhance his style. As long as it's not taken away from. I would say the biggest question is on his cardio, on his stamina.
Which I don't think we question Islam's cardio very much at
right.
all.
And I think like he's still like very fit, and I think like if anything he probably still gonna be faster than Jack de la Maddalena.
Really, you think he'd be faster?
Yeah, because
than him?
like you said, Jack is gonna be heavier the next day as well. He's just a lighter guy, right? Even when he's strong now. And also, there's one thing too. It takes a long time for your body to get used to like carrying the weight. So like even though he moved to a higher weight class, he still has a muscle memory. He's still fresh out of lightweight. He hasn't translated that game. So I think speed is still in his favor. He was still gonna have him with a speed advantage compared to a guy that comes from welterweight. I believe so.
Really, I would believe the opposite personally. Yeah, because I would look at it as he's not used to carrying that weight. JDM is used to carrying that weight, and he can move as natural as he's used to moving. Versus Islam now has to drag around an extra 15
That
pounds.
is true. I think the biggest thing is like
I do understand what you're saying though.
Yeah, I think if he put on a camp and he's healthy, I don't think that's going to be. I don't think that's going to impact his game. I think that if he's healthy, he will be able to switch to his original game. The difference is like if he stays long enough on the welterweight, he will start getting the body mass and the body of a welterweight would eventually slow down more because he would become heavier. Mm-hmm. But right now, I think as long as he's in good shape, I think that weight advantage will enhance his game. Also because of his style, like I said.
Right.
But let's see. It's one of those things we don't know until it's
But
happens.
I think like the Volks fight, that very first fight and then the second fight, there was such a big difference because whoever was like reviewing the fight again and coaching and whatever the adjustment worked really well between the first fight and the second fight, where it was a clear difference, right? Like his first fight with the Volk and the second fight. Whoever reviewed that fight and whoever coached him, they had the right strategy. They were looking at the correct thing. So if they do the same thing and look at Magdalena's fights and then apply the same strategy, okay, well let's find these gaps. Where are the gaps in the game, right?
Volk was on a short notice camp, right, for the second fight, I think.
I don't remember what the situation was, but what I can tell you is I don't think it was the short notice. I think it was more them actually coming in with a game plan and saying, okay, this is how the first fight went. It wasn't really great. Let's just adapt to this and see where do we explore, what gaps do we explore, right? Like whoever was the strategist behind that fight did a really good job, I think, in my opinion, right? So
yeah, Volk accepted that fight with just 11 days notice when Charles had that injury and it withdrew.
Could be that.
Yeah, but like that. Sometimes there are people like was that like Matt Serra when he won the title against George St. Pierre? He showed up on a short notice and he won. I think it's like unfair to say that because like.
No, I'm not saying. No,
not you, but in general, a lot of people talk about that. But like he accepted the fight,
Right, that's on
and
you.
it's like credits for the guy who won. And then sometimes you can go the other way. Like there were times that I fought and I was so relaxed. Even though I competed and I was so relaxed, even though I didn't do like the training camp I had to do, because I was so relaxed, it worked in my favor. I think there's a fine line, and
I know what you're talking about. I've heard fighters say
that.
and
I think like that's probably not the best thing to do. Mm-hmm. I agree with you on a title fight because that's not just be like,
oh, this worked once. And let me now just do a week of training before. And
especially with Islam because he's gonna show up ready. A guy like Islam for sure. I don't think that's a good thing, but. At the end of the day, it's like I think it's only credits to Islam. Yeah. Because I think like I don't accept that because Volkanovski should have just said no and then show up when he's ready because he was trying to take it a chance and then if he wins, I won with only 11 days. Well, that wasn't the case. You got knocked out. So
yeah,
I think that's just the reality of it. The reality of it is Volkanovski lost 2 times. And yeah, he gave it a tough match, but I think also we are so used to seeing Islam dominate that a tough match may look like it went to the other person's way. But I think like he had the control of that fight still. He did enough to win, but it was a very close fight. Yeah,
I think that fight was up in the air. That could have gone either way. I think it was a very close fight. This is my issue with it, is we all look at it, right? And you're definitely going to be the one that doesn't have the issue. But, like, for me and Jay and anyone else, we all look at it and we don't really fully understand how the UFC's judges are even scoring the fight in the first place. To even tell you really, well, by these merits, he did win. We don't really fully understand that. Well, so we always, like, evaluate the fight in our own, like, opinion, kind of, rather than looking at the actual merits within the UFC rules that the judges are looking at. And I'm not saying they always do it correctly either, right? But like, let's say if we did have a full understanding, which that's why I said you would be more towards like what I'm trying to say. You don't really you're like the exception to this as a pro fighter, but even then, like to be able to understand all that to a full T, then I feel like that's when you'd be able to say, like, this person really should have won. Like, I analyzed that fight and I watched it 5 times, and this person, by these merits, really should have won. Like, in my head, when I look at it, I think Volk took the edge in that fight. Small edge. Very, very small.
Right,
Like
defending, you mean?
No, it took the edge. Like, he won. I thought very small.
Yeah, but
by
the
very
only
small
thing he really
margin.
did good was defending. I mean, he didn't.
What do you mean?
Because Islam had control all throughout the round.
Yeah.
He had the control on the ground all throughout three rounds.
It was 5 rounds.
Well,
It was
5
5
rounds,
rounds.
but he had the control on the
And
ground.
he had 2 of those rounds that were definitely win, and it was really one round that made that fight where it was up in the air, and it was a very close round, which was the first. I think it was.
I watched the highlights.
Yeah,
I watched the highlights of that fight. I want to watch the whole fight.
I would
to be
suggest
able
watching
to
really the
come
whole
here
fight.
the next time and give you a
It's
more
an amazing
insightful
fight.
opinion.
It's
But
an
I
amazing
know
fight.
from what I watched, it looked like it was an amazing fight. But I think there are a couple things. It's like damage. I think things that determine
Yeah,
the
Volk
victor.
did more damage on the striking aspect.
I think his damage.
Control time is a
control.
big
What
thing.
was the? Can you pull up? What was
There
the
is a
control
there
time
is a
in
there is a
minutes on
balance
both?
between control and damage too.
Yeah.
You know, because if both me and you, if you give 60% of damage compared to my 40% of damage that I gave you, but I have 80% of control,
time.
maybe
Volk
I'm
versus
gonna win. You know,
Right.
Volk versus
Or,
Makhachev.
but what if
First
control
one.
time isn't as important in those merits, right? As I think damage is number 1 from what I've heard in UFC judging, specifically UFC, right? It's all I really watch.
But
when it
how do
comes
you
to MMA.
damage? Like this is what I'm saying. Like how do you judge damage?
Yeah.
Like just by you cutting the eyebrow, is that
Yeah.
more damage than just giving you a
Yeah.
hematoma, or is it? Or you can just take bunch of like, because these guys,
Well,
because
no,
there's
it-
significant strikes and there's
Yeah.
these guys all come in with the beards. How do you see the damage under the beard? You know what I mean? Like
I get
to
what
me-
you're saying. I
to me
get
that
what you're
make
saying.
no
There's
sense.
holes. There's
Yeah.
holes to it. But
Yeah.
damage is something that they definitely look at.
What does it say right here?
So out of the 25 minutes, Makhachev had 7.5 minutes of control time, and Volkanovski had 2 or
That's
almost 3
times
minutes.
more.
Almost 3 minutes.
Yeah,
so
but that's
he a
3
little
times more.
No, it's a little more than double, is what it is.
A little more than that. Yeah, 2.5 times more control.
No,
Two and a half times more control on the ground. That's a whole round and a half of control.
Out of 25 minutes, so you're talking about 7 out of 25.
Yeah, but that's round and a half of control. That's not including all the times when they were not
they're
engaged.
just standing on
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
no, I
standing-
get what
you
you're
know what I mean?
saying. I get what you're saying, but that is the stat.
Can you
right?
go
But
on-
also,
can you go
but
on with
also, you
significant
cannot say that
strikes?
100% of the time they were in the open, it was 100% Volkanovski way. Could you say, or Islam also had a good time?
Oh no, and Islam knocked
Yeah.
he hit him one time so hard.
So
that,
now you have to add that on
Volk-
top of the
Yeah,
control.
no, you have to evaluate it all.
Yeah.
And from
Okay,
both
so look,
sides.
Significant strikes, stunts. Whenever someone got stunned,
And it also shows with the Volk thing, like,
So look,
you know, Volk also had 3 minutes of control time. You can't just say that's not a part of it as well.
3
Just
minutes.
as,
Wait, 3
yeah,
minutes.
2 minutes and 55 seconds.
Yeah,
what
so-
positions? Now we have to measure
Control
what.
control
what-
time is usually either like back control.
Yeah,
from
but then
standing.
there's levels of control.
Yeah,
Right? Like
You're right.
if I'm on top of close guard, that's control. In MMA,
Back
that's
take.
control. In jiu-jitsu, is not control. But
Makhachev had back take. Oh,
no, I'm saying if I'm in top close guard in MMA, technically I'm in a superior position. But if I'm in mount, I'm in a better position. Both are controls. So you have to judge 3 minutes of control versus 7 minutes of control. But how was those 3 minutes of control? So I need to really it's
That's what I'm
unfair for me
saying.
to say because I didn't watch the whole fight and I watched the highlights a long time ago. I need to watch it now and then I'll go back here and then I'll tell you exactly what I think. And hey, if I think that Volkanovski won, fair enough. But from what I remember, from what I watch and then from what I understand is like, and that happens with other champions too. People have a tough fight. That happened with like Habib and Chibal, right? Some people say, "Oh, Gleison
Yeah.
Chibal."
Joe
Yeah.
Rogan says that's his only loss. That's his real
Yeah.
only loss.
Go back up. Go back
that
up,
should have
Miggy.
that should have went to Gleason.
Go back
so-
up. Go back up, Miggy.
There's I know
little
what
bit
you're
more.
talking about,
Right
man.
there.
Like they
That one. Keep
a
going.
lot of times it happens
Yeah,
where
right
man,
there.
like, oh man, look how good this guy did. Well, it just goes to show how great the other one really is.
Yeah,
You know, I
exactly.
understand what you're saying.
So here, look, 57 of 95 significant strikes. His accuracy is at 60%. Volkanovski, yes, he did land more, but he was at 48% accuracy. He did land more, but whatever.
I don't think they count punches missed against you. You know
No,
what I mean?
I get that.
I don't think the percentage is actually Like, it's more of just the count.
Oh, wait.
Like, I landed more than you.
Islam had 16 significant strikes. Volkanovski had 1.
Significant strike. No.
To the head.
Volkan, to the, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Breakdowns.
13 out of 16 strikes to the
And
head
I
were
think that
significant.
plus the 7
Volkanovski
minutes control
had
explains
0.
it, Eddy.
What does
Right.
distance mean?
Distance?
Distance, 3 out of 5. What does that mean?
Maybe like whoever managed the distance better, being able to come in and out, stuff like that. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, because all the stats, even though...
But like, I mean, that's that plus the 7 minute. Just looking at their stats, that's a big statement.
I think this is mixing the 2 fights, I think.
No, that's
Yeah, because scroll down, Miggy, it says notable moment. Makhachev landed a high kick that drive Volkanovski and followed up with hammer fist to finish the fight.
Oh, they're talking about
the second fight.
No,
Yeah.
do the first fight. Do the first
fight. Okay.
I saw that and I was like, drop Volk. Because they didn't count it as a knockdown, but in the first fight, Islam did hit him once and Volk dropped to like one knee for a split second and popped back up and started throwing punches again.
Yeah. No, he did land well. What does it say? Okay.
No, I had blinked to Miguel for him to put the second fight stats, so he could back up our point.
No, he's messing with you.
No, second, no.
Yeah, so he landed. See, that part was right. That's why it looked like it was mixing the stats, between the two.
What is the significant strikes?
So 70 landed by Volk.
And majority of Volk's striking was in the last round, right?
No, I don't think so.
It says, according to post-fight review, in round 5, specifically, Volkanovski outstruck Makhachev 20-8.
Well, that was just one of the rounds
heavily.
Specifically.
Yeah, that's contributed heavily to his final results, right?
Yeah.
In terms of where landed, Volkanovski
I have to watch
had
the
a very
fight, man.
slight edge.
To give you
in
my
his
real
strikes.
feedback.
I suggest it. It's a very, very good fight. It's competitive,
Yeah,
man.
hit the microphone.
Like, early on in the fight, Islam gets him to the ground, takes back control, and starts like trying to choke him, and he can't fucking do it. He can't do it. It gets to the point where Volkanovski is talking shit to him and going like this to the crowd. Yeah. And like when he's defending, he's got like one arm defending, and he's talking shit to him and throwing punches.
Yeah, but
talking shit, and Islam couldn't choke him.
That's fine, but he had the back control the entire time.
I'm not taking that away from him. I'm just explaining to him how
so here's the breakdown.
And competitive the fight was.
Look, this is the breakdown. Total center strikes, Volkanovski led Makhachev by 57, round 1, 11-10, 19-19, 16-14, 6-4. Because that was the round that was basically on the ground. The round 4 was basically totally on the ground, right? That's why there's no significant strikes. And then Volk to Makhachev, round 4.
It's good, man. It's very good. They both each had like their very like definitive rounds where they were kind of dominating a little bit.
Yeah. It was a good fight.
It was a great fight.
But at the end of the day, I mean, he won, right? So
what is your official prediction for JDM Islam? What do you think? Like decision, finish? What do you think
I think it's going all the way. I think it's going 5 rounds.
Decision by Islam is what you're thinking. Islam by
Decision
decision.
by
I think Islam's gonna tap him out.
You think Islam by submission?
Or knock, or either TKO or submission.
TKO, really?
Or submission 4th round.
4th round.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm interested to see what happens.
Put your bets. Nobody really knows, so that's
right. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Who else is on that card?
No, I think it's going to be very tough. But sometimes, like tough fights, they can show some opportunities, and if they can capitalize, they can finish. It doesn't mean that it will be less competitive maybe than Volkanovski fight, but maybe it could be more scraps and stuff. But I still see. I think like here's what I think. I think that if he gets on top of Jack is going to have a very hard time
to get up.
Yeah, I don't think that what happened with Volkanovski is like, oh yeah, Volkanovski did well. He's gonna no. I think that was like one case. It was amazing, good job for Volkanovski, but I don't think that's usually how it's gonna go with people when they go to the ground with him. I think he's very good.
You think we could see another Chimaev incident with Duplessis?
I think that
complete domination
for sure. I think that for sure could happen, especially because there's Islam. We're gonna see Islam Makhachev stronger than we have seen on the paper. When you look at him, looks a lot stronger.
Yeah,
he has pictures. A game that is like based on isometric holds. strength. Like he has clinching game. He has all of that, and I think like that backed up with extra weight that can generate great results. I think like he will be more dangerous on top with extra weight. That's what I think.
For some reason, I would like to pick Jack, but based on history, I would say Islam by decision.
Mm-hmm.
It would be my
But I'm being
guess.
like I'm daring to say like submission or TKO in fourth
Yeah.
round, but probably that also that might be even more possible. I think that like he's going to be dominating him, and I see like third or fourth round frustration, and that's gonna open up like opportunities for the TKO or for the.
I also see Jack being Jack. I also see that as a possibility, man. Staying on the outside and, as he says,
For sure.
stay on the outside and ping him.
And you never know about the thing about fighting is you really never know.
Yeah, and fight math never makes sense, right?
Yeah,
It
and
never
fight
makes sense.
math never makes sense. There's like and style make matches and stuff.
Styles make matches.
I was watching a breakdown from Jack La Maddalena how he defends the takedowns with his guard.
Mm-hmm.
Like he level changed with his guard. Where a
he
lot of
doesn't
people
drop
drop
his
the
hands.
hands.
Yes, you're right.
So, but then again, Islam is not just a guy who takes down by shooting. He clinches.
Yes.
And I think his clinch wrestling is significantly better than Bilal.
Yeah.
His clinching and his grappling are a lot better.
It seems to be like get in the clinch and get him to turn around.
Yeah.
And take their back, and then they take him down.
Yeah, he has foot
Establish
sweeps,
the body
he has
lock from the back.
hip tosses, he has wrestling takedowns. So I don't know. I think like Islam is a favorite in my eyes. Yeah,
And he is the favorite. He is the betting favorite. I think it's minus 275 for Islam, plus 200 for Jack.
And
so he is the favorite.
And they're
the
really
betting
good
favorite.
at that climbing the rope bullshit that they do. You know
The
what I
eagle,
mean? They're
bro.
very
The
good.
eagle.
Yeah.
Every time I go to class and I'd be rolling, every time I grab somebody's leg, it could be.
Yeah.
When you fucking pin the knees together and you got all wrapped up.
It's not Khabib, it's Kalabib.
Kalabib?
Yeah, that's what Joey Diaz. You ever seen Joey Diaz thing when he talks?
Bro,
when he
can't
mispronounces his
He
name?
can't say any
Snoop
of these
Dogg.
fighters' names, bro. It's
Yeah. Snoop Dogg, I also called
Dukas.
his name.
Dukas Duplessis.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, what's next on that card?
yeah, let's take a look at the card. This is a great card. They also have Valentina Shevchenko versus Zhang Wei Li.
Oh,
Two fucking monsters going at each other.
bro, I swear, Zhang Wei Li be on that juice. I think there's no way, man. That girl is like solid.
Yeah, they're insane. I don't know. I think Valentina will win. I think she just got it. She's just been there so long. I think she is like the most, not most decorated, but like the second most decorated women's UFC champion.
Oh,
You know
that
who I like
Prades
too?
and Leon
Yeah,
Edwards.
That's gonna be good.
What is that one? Sean Brady and who?
Sean Brady and Michael Morales? He was the
Oh,
guy
nice.
that recently, I
That's
think
good.
he just beat Gilbert as well. That was Gilbert. I think
Okay.
Gilbert's last fight. Yeah.
Go,
Man,
go, go.
Gilbert was one of my favorites in that division, man.
This is actually
he's probably still
Leon
is
Edwards.
my favorite in that division.
Really?
Yeah, that when I
He's
watched
a
that
dog, yeah.
when I watched that fight against him and Hamzat,
Yeah.
and you know the hype around Hamzat, he had been hit 9 times in like 8 fights,
Yeah.
and then he went in there and
Yeah.
I rewatched that fight the other day, and I'll say one thing, the most dominant round in that fight was the second round from Gilbert. He put a fucking beating on Islam in that second round.
Islam?
And then, Chimaev, Hamzat.
Yeah, he did.
Put a beating on Hamzat in the second round. And it was the most dominant round.
He dropped him too.
In the yes, it was funny too because like you could they like Gilbert like unleashed that dog and he was soccer kicking him while he was on the ground. Like when Hamzat dropped, it's just hilarious. He soccer kicks him in the face and then Hamzat grabs his leg. Yeah, I think he like missed him or like barely like skimmed off the head, not like full contact.
Yeah.
And then Hamzat grabs his leg and they go into a scramble. Man, that's also a great fight. And I watched it the other day and that's a fight for me. That's another one that it could have gone either way. Like if you really watch it and pay attention,
that could have
like,
gone either way.
Like
yeah.
I sat there with nobody around me in my room myself and I was just watching that shit. And it was that fight. It was that fight that made me a really big Gilbert fan.
Yeah,
Go-
yeah.
go back
he's
up.
a dog. That was a really good fight. One of the best fights.
A little
Yeah,
bit more.
man. Yeah.
So look, keep going back up.
Yeah.
Keep
So
going
we
back.
can,
Look, Leon Edwards and Carlos is gonna be a stand up. That's gonna be a
Yeah, that's
massacre.
gonna
They're
be
gonna be
nice.
going at
yeah,
it together.
it's just gonna be a straight kickboxing
Straight
I
fight.
think
kickboxing
Leon
fight.
Edwards will win.
Leon Edwards, I think his kicks are fucking dangerous.
He's gonna knock him out.
Very dangerous. And then
Bro, like respect to everybody. That guy looks like he's a cool guy. He's laid back and stuff. But come on, you smoking cigarettes?
I knew
bro.
you were gonna say that.
Fuck.
I knew it.
I mean,
knew it.
like if you want to do that on the side, but like I can't cheer up for someone who's smoking a cigarette before their fight. I don't know. I can't. I don't think that.
I get what you're saying.
no, but the thing about this, he's smoking cigarettes and his stamina is where it's at. Can you imagine if he wasn't smoking cigarettes? Like
No,
how
I know.
like-
He's
and
very
that-
talented, and he's.
I think that's what pisses
and
him off the
he's-
most.
he-
is,
he's
like,
really-
how much better he could be.
He's very talented, and I think he's like.
But there's
Ver-
a downside though.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a downside to him not smoking. You know, he loses aura. You know. Like,
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, like, also there's some people that are, like, they have their own things. Like, maybe science is gonna say that's not right, and for that guy it works. Maybe mentally he's better off doing his cigarettes, right?
Maybe.
I'm just saying, like, I would prefer the other person who's not smoking to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Benil Dariush,
I
Benito
mean,
San Dennis.
Nothing against that, like, but do that on the side. Don't do that like on the fucking I don't know
Do it as a
press
weigh-in?
conference.
Yeah.
He was just.
Yeah, do it as a celebration. There you go. That's
I just
more
saw a
acceptable.
clip of him. I don't know if it was recent or not. He was out there in a paddocks with a Formula One Mercedes team.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
there when they were just at Interlagos recently. He was there. Him and a bunch of other.
But
like,
he's
big Brazilian
supposed to
names.
be in a camp, right?
Yeah, I mean, we just go for the event. It's on the weekend, anyways. It's on a Sunday. He was there on a Sunday.
He's a beast for sure. Oh, honestly, it's not even like because of that I'm saying. It has nothing to. It's more because I think Leon Edwards is in another level. I think he's trying to be on that level. That's going to be a testing match. But you see how Ian Gary, I think, did Ian Gary fought Leon Edwards?
No, Ian Gary fought Carlos Prates.
Yeah, I know, and he won
Mm-hmm.
against. But
I don't
I
think
would
he
say
fought
Leon
Leon.
Edwards is a more skilled fighter than
Ian Gary.
Ian Gary currently. I don't know. About,
I would agree with you, and I think that's just because of the amount of top level fights that
No,
we've
but
seen
it's just
Leon
because
go
of
through.
Ian Gary's choices in life. That's why.
We're not even talking about Ian Gary. This motherfucker just hates Ian.
I do. I think
so
he's
Ben-
this is a simp.
no. Well, he's I think more than just the same. But
So Ben,
What do you think he is?
oh, I guess
Yeah.
it started.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Benil Dariush and
You
Benoit
can just
Saint-
talk about it. Hey, it's okay.
Hey,
There are a lot of memes out there. It's not like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
the first person.
Oh
to
no,
say
it's
that.
not. It's just not the first time he said it here.
I just agree strongly with all the memes.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say that. I don't agree with it or I don't disagree. I'm enjoying the
Neutral.
topic. Keep going, guys.
So Benil Dariush versus Benoit Saint Denis. I mean, that's two guys. who-
Isn't
Dude, that
Dariush-
guy, the Bernard guy, is the one who smoked that Gian Silva, right?
go down?
Gian Silva on the last fight.
No.
No,
John
not
S-
Benil, the other one. The
Um,
French guy, yes.
No,
He's
no.
French
John Silva
Georgian.
fought.
No,
Diego
he
Lopez.
smoked Mauricio Ruffi. He smoked Mauricio Ruffi.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what he smoked, yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, you got two Russian guys in there?
I would say Benil. I say
Say-
Benoit Saint Denis.
Beno, yeah.
Say
give
this
it to-
guy's name 3 times quickly.
I can't even
This
say
is
it.
Bruce Surkaev.
Surkaev.
Yeah, Baisangur Surkaev.
Surkaev.
He's probably he says Russia, but
No,
he's
you guys
Dag-
did it
English
twice. You guys should do
Dagestan,
it 3 times. 3
Kafkas.
times quickly.
Baisangur
I think I can only
Surkaev.
say his last name.
Baisangus
Surkaev.
Surkaev. Baisangus Surkaev. Blah, 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 blah,
Mama
Got
say,
you
Mama
now.
see, Mama sa.
blah. Yeah.
Dude.
Go down. So there's two Russian guys, or I just misread the flag? Yeah, there's two Russian guys.
Dude, that guy looks like Khalil Routry. I thought it was Khalil Routry. The
Go
guy.
up.
A little bit.
Yeah, Khalil Roundtree. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he
guy. Yeah,
does.
does look like it.
It does, bro.
Go back up a little bit. I just saw an interview. Go back up a little bit more with this guy, with Malcolm,
Yeah.
and
He
he's
says-
in the same category as what's his name?
He fights at 135.
Yeah.
Marab?
Marab, yeah, Marab, and he was talking about how he would like to fight Marab, and everyone was saying that this guy is really good, but he's a 10-0, right?
He has a pretty cool knockout. Last fight, he knocked out Chris Moutinho, that guy that fought Sean O'Malley back in the day, with the crazy green hair. He had like a
yeah.
Sean fucked him up.
Yeah, Portuguese guy. He's Portuguese.
Yeah, Chris Moutinho.
But this guy is not really
Chris. They brought him back. He wasn't even with the UFC. This was short notice, but this knockout's interesting. So he kept setting up. Do you see that body kick? Boom. He faked the body kick, brought the knee up the middle, and then hit him with that right hook.
Yeah.
Just sleep. Yeah.
Damn. That was.
Yeah, they were interviewing.
Show that again real quick, Miggy.
Who's that guy that has the podcast?
Sets up that body kick, fakes it, boom.
Clean.
Yeah, bro. Super clean. It's a perfect setup, man. He did it. He did it so, like you're saying, clean, man. Like,
bro, he was out.
Yeah, he was
like
out.
that Windows song. Dun, 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 you know.
Oh man. Yeah.
Do you have that Windows sound there, Miguel?
No.
Dude, I looked down to see if I had it. I don't. I looked down.
And they get the error one too.
I have some crazy ones on this thing.
Oh man.
You just won't be able to hear them. We need to add a speaker so that I can actually use these things, you know? Because if I just use them, it just goes to the stream and you guys just keep talking.
Yeah. Go to the card again. Scroll up.
There are a couple of
I
us
think
fighting.
I got it. Oh no, hold on. Commercial. Don't worry.
Oh man. If Ozzy was
There
here,
you
he'd
go.
tell you needed to pay for YouTube Premium.
That's the one.
That's the one, yeah. That played in his head right as he hit the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Ready?
Let me turn it on so that they can see.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You missed it. No,
All right, we'll get this right.
The timing is shit.
Hold on. Slow motion.
hold on.
Right there.
It's coming up.
Yeah, right there. Right there it happened. Oh my god. He just got a blue screen of death right there.
Oh, bro, that was a painful knockout for sure.
Remind me when we're editing and we can't get the right
Yeah.
audio clip to get to the right place.
Now, since we're talking fights, there's this guy that's been going pretty. Never mind.
Yeah,
Let's talk AI.
Who is this guy?
AI.
I thought
Who
we
is this guy?
established this
We'll
already.
bring
Who is
it-
this
we'll
guy?
bring-
Who
I'll
is
bring
this
it back
guy?
again. I will
Who
finish
is
it with
this
that.
guy? Tell
The
me.
one we were talking about,
What?
bro.
Who? Tell me his name.
Oh, you want to know his name?
I want to hear.
Mr. Moneyberg.
Moneybird? Oh, that guy from Instagram?
Yeah.
You guys were talking about him?
Never mind. But let's talk about AI.
Go ahead.
No. Let's talk about that because this was kind of interesting. So I was listening to this. It was like it was a podcast, but the guy.
Do you think he's a black belt?
All right, we're going for it. I guess. Fuck it.
No, I'm not the one to say anything bad because a very good friend of mine gave him the black belt. Jake Shields, he was my training partner for a long time, and I have a lot of respect for Jake. So I cannot judge his decision. When I look through that angle, I'm like, okay, he's a black belt. But then when I see the guy and I'm like, and I see everything, I'm like, how the fuck is he a black belt? So
I think everyone asks that question.
that's in my opinion. So I don't know. Man. Maybe I had to roll with him to see. I don't know. I can't say yes or no.
I did find one thing. I saw he said he was on Ariel Helwani's podcast.
Ariel Helwani, yeah, there you go.
Ariel Helwani, he was on his podcast and he said...
Helwani tried to put him on the spot.
Yeah, he did. He did put him on the spot. And
I saw that.
He goes... I'm going to explain what I was explaining, but this is a funny thing. Moneyberg got frustrated and he goes, well, I see you got a black belt right there and he has a black belt in front of his laptop. And it's not Ariel is not a black belt. He has a bunch of memorabilia on the desk.
I didn't watch the whole thing with him.
But Ariel, when Moneyberg asked that, like, oh, I see you have a black belt there. Is that a real black belt? And Ariel goes, just as real as yours.
Ouch. What
And
did he
they're
say?
talking in person, like.
And then what he say?
I think the clip ended like there. I didn't see after.
Oh yeah.
I think Sean Strickland's. Have you seen him and Sean Strickland
Yep.
talking in that
in the
corridor?
hallway. Yeah,
And
he's
sued.
suing him apparently. Yeah.
Who's suing who?
Moneyberg is
Moneyberg.
suing Sean for defamation.
What defamation for what?
Exactly.
Oh, interesting.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But fucking Moneyberg. It is what it is at this point. You know. 'Cause
I mean, I think it's.
I saw him. Try
Hey,
to do
I
leg
need to
locks.
train with you to see. So, you know, depending on a lot of things, I can come out and say, hey, man, he's one of the most amazing black belts I've trained in my life.
So this is the thing that actually it not necessarily bothered me, but it
I'm
kind of
walking out on a Rolls Royce. Hey, he's the most amazing
it kind of
black belt I've ever trained in my
it
life.
kind of
I'm just kidding, man.
it kind of sounded dumb.
I'm just
when
kidding,
He
I'm just
said, I will say this is one thing I heard him say. Like I haven't seen him say much shit that I'm like, oh, this guy just talking shit. You know, fake black belt, this and that. But he did say one thing that I saw that to me sounded like a far reach, and he said, oh, all these people on the internet talking about me not having a real black belt. They're all just. He basically said they're all just jealous because I got to train with their idols and the best in the world and got it faster than them.
So here's the thing that I didn't like.
And then also he said something about, and I sleep with their girls and their moms or something like that. I'm
I
like,
don't
bro,
know
are
about
you
that.
are you in high school? That's when, like, honestly, I was neutral until I saw him talking
For
like
me,
that.
for
I'm
me,
like,
the point
Yeah.
was where I'm like, okay, I'm probably not gonna like. For me, it was where he's like, some people are naturally talented like me, where I can do it in 3 years. It's not my fault that you guys are not good enough or not talented enough to get there in 3 years. When he said that to me, I was like, all right, bro, like.
Go fuck
Yeah,
yourself.
Yeah, let's just
for
call it a
sure.
day, because at the end of the day, how many people you can count on one hand how many people have gotten the black belt in 3 fucking years, and these people literally dedicated their entire life
I
to-
think, look, I think he could be a purple belt, maybe. From what I look. But I have to train to see, really. Like, I cannot say. And also, I cannot say because someone who is legit, Jake Schutz is legit. You know, it's a real black belt. I used to train with him. One of the, the best training partners I had when I was living in California. So, once he gave him the black belt, I cannot go and say he's not a black belt.
Right.
But I have my questions when I look at him training, like I look at something and I'm like, okay, this is not making sense.
Brother,
but,
as a white
he's
belt-
also not a white belt, I think. Yeah.
But as a white belt, I was watching him do like a demonstration on someone, and he was demonstrating a head and arm choke. And from half guard to like full side control, not side control, but when he fully passed to the other side, he was just like lifting his leg out of the guy because the guy was just laying there, right?
Do you think you would beat Moneyberg in a match?
No, because he trains, and I haven't trained in like a year, and also he's trained way more than me. Of course
Okay, I
don't
just
think
wanted
that.
to. No, because he's never competed to.
That as well. See,
Yeah.
that's another thing. I think that's like the fucking like stamp on why people ask questions. Because it would be one thing for somebody to come out here and fucking go out there and since white belt to black belt be competing as much as possible, and then you see this guy on stage beating guys at that level, and you're like, okay, well, fuck. He went and beat all the black belts. He's trained fucking all these hours. And
Yeah.
okay, I see it. I kind of understand. Like, shit, 3.5 years sounds kind of fast. Even the fucking black belt slayer didn't do it that fast.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But then also on Moneyberg's defense on that part is, I think I even talked to Jay. There are different criteria for belt promotion.
Right.
Like
The
you cannot,
hobbyist,
like the hobbyist, the older
competitor.
person that cannot put the same amount of time because their body's all teared up and have a job and have a family.
Mm-hmm.
The businessman that has all his obligations, that would be Moneyberg, right? Like he's a busy man with his life and stuff, and he's a hobbyist at the same
But that
time.
hobbyist
So
usually takes 10
there
years.
is this, but exactly, no, maybe not 10 years. Like if he's dedicated, he could still like get it faster than 10 years, maybe, but not in 3 years.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, okay, I think he's for sure had the most people there on the same category that he is training under the same time that he is, because he had the chance to train with a lot of higher belts. But I don't think, like, for example, from what I looked, okay, that's all I'm saying. From what I looked, if he was my student, I'll probably not give him the black belt. Again, I haven't ever trained with him and stuff, so there's that.
Right.
That's my opinion.
But then
I never
again,
talked about this guy, but no,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. So you've been what, a black belt for the past 15 years, right?
Almost 14. Years, yeah.
And then your coach, how long has he been a black belt? Kayo's been
Kayo's been a black belt for
20
maybe
some, no?
No, I don't think 20 years, but maybe like 17, 18 years. I think 18 years, yeah.
But every time Kayo's out there, he's showing stuff, and you're always like, okay, like this is something like new he just showed, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
for sure.
Yeah, and then like the amount of details that he goes into to demonstrate, you're like, oh fuck, I never really thought about it this way, right? Like he's very, very like Kayo. Like if I were to compare him, he's kind of like Danaher. In the way he explains things, right? He's not to the level of Danaher when he puts you to sleep.
To say like same thing as Moneyberg, but from what I've seen him explaining, but like Danaher is more philosophical in the way he talks and stuff. I think Kayo is more practical. I'm not saying who is better. Like I got to train with Kayo. That was my coach. To me, the best coach in the world. But of course, Danaher made a lot of champions, a lot of great champions. And they have similarities, but but like a little bit different approaches.
But then what I was trying to say is, like Danaher didn't really compete, but he made a bunch of champions. So whatever strategy he has is working. Kayo himself has competed, won the best, and he's won a bunch of them, and he himself has made a bunch of champions. You know what I mean? So basically what I'm trying to say is that approach, right? If we take Kayo was one of the people that got his black belt in 3 years, right? That approach, that pedantic approach to jiu-jitsu is what made him a black belt in 3 years. Now, again, it's hard to say whether Moneyberg has that same pedantic approach.
On, bro. It's not hard. It's easy to say for sure he doesn't have that approach.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Making it easy on you, bro.
Yeah, it takes that type of a person to get there.
That. I appreciate you trying to like make it easy for me, but
you said fuck that. I'll say what I gotta say.
Yeah, no, I get it, but like I'm just trying to think about this logically, right? Like even if you accept all of those things, say okay, I agree to this, but then when you logically put it all together, it's like okay, unless he has this and we haven't seen that side of him. Now with his business, is very successful. I'm sure that's how he got to be where he is, by being like that, like Kayo is with jiu-jitsu, right? Like to get to that level. But is he able to bring that into jiu-jitsu? That's another whole question, right? Mm-hmm. One of the best examples I can probably bring, there's a bunch of guys that are very go, make a bunch of money, are very successful. But then the minute they open their mouth, every girl's running away from them because they sound awkward as shit. They can't really translate that success and luck within their business into this other thing, right? So that's why with the Moneyberg, but then again, I think I'm biased too, just because it rubbed me off the wrong way. Because motherfuckers, you are just not good enough. Like
the same thing, I think as well with me. I feel like I'm gonna be a little biased as well because of that shit he said. Like, oh, they're just jealous because I got to train with all their idols.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't really have idols. Like I'm lucky to know Yuri, and I'm lucky to know a bunch of
he's
people.
Like he's the fans, and he's like his answers are very childish, like which makes me question his IQ. When I see like he talks, because honestly, like, okay, I'm very smart, I'm intelligent, I learned in 3 years. Okay, like I said, I need to train with him. That's my opinion. I don't have an opinion until I train with him for sure, but I'm just analyzing what I see.
You're giving a guess.
Yeah, I'm from everything I see, from how I see him training and stuff and how he looks and everything, right? Well, he's saying like he's being pretty childish. If he was that smart, he would have a different approach. But then again, everybody's also talking about him, right? But maybe not in a good way, right? So I don't know if that's the kind of marketing he wants. But like, he claims to be that he's smart, but he's doing stuff like that. Is he like, how much also like in 3 years? How much time did he really put per day into training? 3 years of what?
He said that he put 3,000 hours.
How did he count that, bro? He was clocking every hour?
3,000 hours. Hold on.
I think that's what I saw when he pulled up.
They did a math though in a page.
You want to know how much you work on a full-time job in 1 year at that job? 2,000. That means 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and you put in 2,000
So he said he put 3,000 hours
in those 3 years.
So if he did three hours every day, 3 hours every day without taking a break, 3 hours every day, then that would be your 3,000 hours. But then you can't put 3 fucking hours every day. It's just impossible. So some days you have to do 6, some days you have to do 4, some days you have to do 5.
To be able to even get to that.
And then on top of that, if you're putting that much effort in jiu-jitsu, you're also running businesses and other stuff.
And that's going to start, yeah.
So I don't know. It's an interesting topic. But
what were you saying about AI?
AI, yeah. Let's switch to AI. So I was listening to the conversation on a podcast, and the guy was talking about, he's saying like how the younger generation, like your age and under, are very keen at looking at the video and immediately saying, "Oh, that's AI." Like, that's AI. People like me are less keen to seeing this and saying that's an AI. Why? Because we didn't grow up with that. You guys are growing up with that, where we didn't grow up with that. On our end, what they're saying that we're more prone to, not in your case, because you and Miggy are a little bit different, right? You come from foreign families, but majority of the younger gen, they're like very far removed from actual like personal conversations with people and groups of people, and they're not very socially calibrated.
Oh, I see it a lot.
Right. So they're saying they're very good at picking out AI, but they're not very good at being socially calibrated. But here's the caveat. What good is it going to make for you to be socially calibrated if the life is moving towards AI? So they actually have the tools for that versus...
My answer to that would be not missing out on some of the best parts of life.
What do you mean? Explain.
That people that are not socially calibrated usually develop a fear to it as well. You know, having social interactions with people, not wanting to go talk and have conversations. Either simply because they don't like it, they're not used to it, or they're afraid of it. And what I mean by missing out on some of the best parts of life is those social interactions with those people around you. And if you lack that, that's a big chunk of that's a big chunk of joy you're missing out on. Like the joy we're having right now, talking with each other, being able to do this fluidly and just enjoy ourselves. Imagine not being able to do that. I couldn't imagine not being able to do that. And I'm not the biggest social butterfly either. I have
you do have a social battery.
I do.
You do. Yeah.
I do.
You don't. You don't have a social battery. I don't have a social battery. I'm always down for fucking hanging out.
See, the thing it was
Yeah.
weird, man. I used to not.
Are you talking about medicine?
I was gonna bring that up, but I want
used
Miggy to chime in because he wanted to say something.
I used to not have a social battery. I used to not be like that at all. I used to be able to hang out with my friends day in and day out. I think there's something I've found, like, in having that time where I am just with me and my brain thinking, found that valuable as well. And it's not like I get sick of people. I just crave that a little bit, like my alone time kind of thing. Yeah. I found like a certain solitude.
I think I also have that also.
Yeah. There's times where you're like, yeah, it does sound fun to go do this or do that, but I kind of just want to sit at home and
I think everything, everything goes, like sometimes you're tired, you had a long week, you need some time to reset and stuff.
Yeah. Or other times you're like, I'm fucking ready. Yeah. Let's go out.
I think the problem is the person who's all day alone or the person who is all day partying and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think balance is probably like the best.
I agree.
Miggy, what were you going to say,
Miggy?
To shoot a shot into the point that you made that we grew up with it. We didn't actually grow up with it. Like, it kind of just came up on the world and it's there now.
No, well, that's why I kind of excluded both of you, right? Because you kind of come in from, not so much Eddy, but you come in from a little bit different, right? What I'm saying is the younger generation than you would be the caught up, right? And then below you, they just grew up with this shit, right? Like seeing this shit.
It's sad too, because when you watch little kids, man, before I hate to say this, but before parents get a little lazy and just give them the fucking tablet and let them stop crying, kind of thing. When they're little fucking kids and they're like trying to still be a little instilled on social interaction and stuff like that. It's sad to see. You see them running around the house. You go to a family party and you see them running around the house and they're interacting with each other, having those social interactions at a young age. And then a couple years later, you pass by that same living room and that same family party and they're all on a tablet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had some character development moment with my cousins, man. I cut one of them because they fucking stomped on me and tried jumping me. That was great. That was character development.
You cut him
They
like
jump on
actually
you?
cut
They
him.
stamped the fucking Nike sign on my forehead, so I ran
Why?
after them. I picked up the first medal that I saw, and I swung that shit like a frisbee, and it got her.
You
Bro,
got her, so she stomped or he?
No,
You got him?
they kind of jumped to me because they were mad at whatever the fuck we were children, and one of them stomped their Nike right on my forehead. Like you can fucking see the Nike sign on my.
Were they older or same age?
Some of them were like 2 to 3 years older.
Oh yeah, they deserved it.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that got caught.
Nice.
Oh man, the amount of times we probably could have killed each other as little kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
insane. It's insane. I remember one time we were playing, which I don't know why. We decided to do like a 2v2 football, like American football on a trampoline. I got tackled off and landed right on my neck. Like perfect, like scorpion, like boom, neck
Oh, yeah.
sideways, messed up. I blame that moment to this day. I blame that moment for me having neck issues on this side. Like I
Probably,
randomly get
bro.
cramps and like I don't have the same flexibility
Yeah,
on both
for sure
sides.
it's from
Like
that.
when I go this way, I get this pain right here. Versus I can go all the way this way, but this way I'm fucked up, man. I'm
For
fucked
sure
up.
something happened.
Yeah,
there,
bro, and it's still, and I was like 10 years old,
Yeah.
maybe even younger than that. You
Come
know?
on, kid, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just walk
Oh,
around. Okay.
No. The crazy part is I remember springing up like nothing happened, and them all being like, "Yo, are you good?" And I'm like, "I'm fine." And I don't remember it hurting either. Like going back on the trampoline, playing games still, like did not give a fuck.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, shit.
What are you talking about? Just started
Yeah,
herniated disc.
it's just a little bit, bro. We're
So
good.
Yeah.
they're actually talking about this. Like, there's no concrete proof, but they're actually talking about this. That generation that grew up with TikTok, grew up with Instagram, consistently scrolling to get that dopamine hit. It's actually one of the reasons they're saying that they're thinking that the relationships are not working out between men and women, because the minute something happens and in a relationship you're not getting that dopamine hit, you try to find other quick dopamine hit. You're trying to find other
Skip
avenues.
to the next reel.
Yeah, and what it's saying is because of the social media, and especially they're noticing this in a lot of women. A lot of women are starting to develop narcissistic tendencies where they'll post something on there and they'll get the likes and they get these things, right? And they actually get to the point where they believe themselves, like whatever they say. You know how there's like these girls that are like, I'm a queen, you should take me the way I am, blah, blah, blah. But yet she's like 190 pounds, 4'11".
Woosah.
She looks like
Yuri
Moneybird.
Woosah.
Yeah, she looks like Moneybird.
Moneybird.
She looks like exactly. She looks like Moneybird. As a matter of fact, this lady went completely viral. So, they were recording. She was with this lady, that matchmaker lady, and she's basically saying, "I need a guy that's at the very least 5'11", and I'm being very generous. He needs to have no tattoos, has no jewelry. If he does have a tattoo, as long as it's a small tattoo from like college, from some secret society, if he got that tattoo, that he needs to have like his own, like he needs to make X amount of money." And then also said he has to have impeccable drawer that's all tailor-made suits, and he should look good in blues and greens because that complements the shit that I wear. And then at the end,
No.
I swear to you, it's like a 3-minute video of this lady saying these things, what she's expecting in a partner. And then at the end, she's like, well, I kind of want you to find that guy. The matchmaker sits there and goes, yeah, I'm not going to find one for you. Just like that, like straight up tells her. But the problem here is that lady truly believes that she's actually deserving of that type of a guy, right? Like she's by all means, she's like average in looks, like maybe even below, some would say below average in looks. I'm not just saying to dunk on her, right? Like she's not that great of a looker, right? I don't know if you can look it up, Miggy. It's a lady in a matchmaker. It's a blonde lady talking to a matchmaker. Oh, he has to be religious, but not that religious because I don't want to go to church every Sunday, but at the same time, I don't want to have arguments about religion.
You gotta give me a link for that one, brother. That's a very wide topic.
Yeah, maybe I'll find. Yeah, and then so basically, what they're saying that they're developing these narcissistic tendencies, which makes them believe that that's what it is because of the feedback that they're getting from social media, right? And unfortunately, the social media is not like it has helped people. People make a ton of money on social media.
I think
but at the same time hurt them as well.
I think what happens is, in reality, a lot of those people have like the deep fear of they're not enough in actuality, and so they try and overcompensate, right? Because there's something wrong with both, right? When somebody gets in their head I'm so much that I require this, and this, and this, and this, and this. That's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not okay. But it's also not okay to think low of yourself either. To a certain extent. We should all be a little hard on ourselves to get better, because we all get better. But at the same time, there's people that they downplay themselves so much that they lack the courage to really do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a weird balance. I feel like it's one of those things where it's just like you get stuck thinking about it so much that it starts bothering you.
I got the thing. I'm gonna share this right now, and then hopefully we can maybe it literally came out. The first thing I searched, the first link, boop, came out. That's how this is really Discord good.
Yeah, he's waiting for you in the chat.
I'm gonna put it on the mod chat. This is coming from Reddit. Damn it, all these fucking disclaimers and shit. You gotta put your headphones on, guys. I've listened to this, so you gotta put your headphones on this one. Yeah.
It's getting toasty in here.
Volume, yeah. Go for it.
Damn, 3-minute video?
Right. Already said morning routine. Yes. That includes some sort of exercise with group accountability, as well as some sort of very high nutrition. I need him to be obviously in very good shape.
Okay. Look at the matchmaker
At
face.
least 5'10". I feel like that's generous. I need him to be obviously in very good shape. I need him to have
listen to the whole
a
thing.
full head of hair. That's very important to me.
Man, this girl just pissed both y'all off.
A Christian.
No, she's not pissing me off.
take
Like
it
at this
too
point, I just
seriously.
feel bad
I'm
for
just
her.
messing with you, bro.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Like, I don't want to have to go to church every Sunday, but I also I don't want to get into fights over religion either.
Sure, of course.
I want him to have an impeccable wardrobe. I want his suits to be tailored. I want him to look good in greens and blues because those are complementary to what I look good in. Absolutely no jewelry.
Okay.
Absolutely no tattoos.
Okay.
Unless the only tattoo that would be acceptable would be a very small tattoo if he were in a secret society at an Ivy League university and was forced to get a tattoo, that I would make a pass for.
She was forced.
She's willing to
I
give
want
the pass.
him to be from a
Can
good
you go to the
family.
end now? I think we've got
I'll
to
know
this.
that
I
what
want to
that
hear the
means
lady
when I
go.
see
Nah,
it,
we
or
can't
what
find it.
No, the other
that
lady's gonna give
satisfies this
commentary.
checklist. Are we
I want
talking a week?
This is an example of a woman
Yeah,
that
okay, you can
men
stop
don't.
there. It's
want-
just this.
A week.
This is an
So basically the problem here is the problem. Here's the problem. I really feel bad for this lady because she honestly thinks she somehow is able to, I don't want to say deserve, but she's somehow able to find a guy. Like, she just described something that almost does not exist, right?
It's not possible to attain.
For her, it is not possible to attain. And then number two,
Did you watch the full 2 minutes and 20 seconds video the first time you saw this?
I watched the podcast that they were running this on, so I was just watching the podcast as they were.
If you really went out of your way to watch the full 2 minutes and 20 seconds of this bullshit,
No. I watched the podcast.
Through in the first 10.
No, but
you
see,
you
here's
can
a-
get better content, bro.
Your algorithm is fucking cooked if that's what you're watching, bro.
No. So my thing is this: this lady really embodies the new generation, the TikTok, Instagram generation of women that are basically like on this type of a wave.
I don't know who she's representing, bro. But don't
she's
put the TikTokers down there, dog.
no. She's
in her
representing
own
an
different
average
special
woman.
place.
She's representing an average woman.
I don't think she's representing average women.
She's representing
Bro,
an average
she's not
woman.
average at all.
No,
There ain't nothing average about when you said, "Oh, she's average looking." I was thinking like, "Oh, maybe Shawty's hottie, you know? Maybe she's got some."
Right now.
Bro,
No. When I say
that looked
average,
like a, I don't know. That looked like a boy from high school.
I was thinking of this. This is average.
Nah, she's not average, bro. She's like a 6.
Yeah.
She's
That's
a 6.
average.
She's older, but she's a
What the
she's
fuck
a
is
6.
a 6, bro? My dick
That's,
is a 6.
that's-
Is that not average? What
5
the fuck?
It's just above average. 6 is just above average. We're going 1 to
Exactly,
10.
average. That's what I said. Why are we trying to argue?
That's getting fucking clipped.
Yeah,
That
that's a
right
strike.
there. That right there.
Yeah, that's a
Crazy.
strike. But what I'm trying to say,
My dick is 6.
and during
That's
this-
just average.
during this podcast, they were doing a lot of reactions. So there's this other guy
Oh my
that goes
God.
on a interview, and then he sees these 2 girls that are, there's like, hey, come over, we're having a conversation. So these girls join him, and then they're like, oh, what's the issue right now between men and women, blah blah blah, this and that. And the girl's like, oh, guys don't want to commit, this and that, the third. And then the other one goes, they don't make enough money, blah blah blah, this and that, the third. And the guy goes, listen, can I say something? But this is gonna actually piss you off. Like, whatever I say is gonna piss you off. Is that okay if I say it? And then they're like, oh, is this rage bait? He's like, yeah, kind of a little bit of a rage bait, And then she's like, yeah, go ahead. And he turns around, looks at her. He says, well, it's because you're a super pretty girl. Like, within 5 minutes, I can find line of guys that are willing and ready to wife you up and commit to you. But you just want the best. And when you want the best has also options, right? And then turns around to the other one and says, feminism is a good thing, right? Right. It's good that women are able to go out there and earn money, right? Right. College graduation, people going to college, who's the most graduating? It's women. It's a good thing, right? Right. Okay. Unfortunately, what that does, because this is happening, men are not able to make the same amount of money or more. Now, they're making the same amount of money. They're not able to make more amount of money. That's why you're looking for the best, and this is why you can't. And her response to that was, I don't care, make more money. This was her response. And then what happened, apparently, the podcaster is good friends with the guy that was talking. These girls threatened to sue him because he put them in this, because they looked fucking stupid in a live interview, right? Instead of coming out and saying, hey, I was a little bit drunk, this is not what I represent, this and that, the third, they threatened to sue him, on top of it, to double down on what they've already said. And this is the problem. This is what I'm talking about. And
Yeah,
this
I
is,
don't look at that as average women though.
well, these two girls were
I have
super
to be
pretty.
I have to be with Jay, like, in the sense that, like, women are getting delusional. Most of women, not, I mean, what is average? Like, maybe average for you, it's not average, but like I'm saying, nowadays, me and Jay have this talk a lot, and that is becoming a thing. And I think social media, it has a lot to be blamed for, because it's giving these expectations and, like, oh, the perfect life, the perfect this, and then people, like, they think that's normal, they only post, happy photos and stuff. And, like, I think women thinking that they see celebrities with, like, successful men and stuff, and they think that's normal for everyone to have, like, whatever they want, like, whether it's like a 7 feet billionaire, whatever. Like, they think that they're entitled to have that, and all of them, and they are losing focus on the things that I think back in the day people were more concerned about, the values, the content, like whatever people had inside, like their morals, their values. And nowadays it's more about, like, oh, I want the guy that does this. I mean, what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah. Well, then not even going there. Like, you're a very well known person, right? Like, just by looking at the Instagram, just your Instagram following is natural. Like, it's an organic, natural Instagram following for him, right? He's successful in his craft. He's reached all the possible levels. He's still got some to give, right? So he's to go for it. And you know a lot of people. You have a lot of friends. Half of them are men, half of them are women. People that follow you, half of them are men, half of them are women.
I don't have women friends.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, how many girls out there have you met that have that type of a following? And majority of the girls that you talk to, they have a less of a following. Now imagine a girl with 1,000 followers, and somebody like Yuri comes in with 100,000 followers with the respect of the community, and it's saying, hey, how are you doing? I kind of like you, blah, blah, blah. Let's exchange Instagram. They exchange Instagram. Now they see his following.
Yeah.
Do you see, like, the level? Even though
No.
Yuri's just trying to figure out whether there's somebody
Let me
for
just
them.
correct him. I said I don't have woman friends. When I'm in a relationship, I don't have woman friends.
Yeah. Yeah. But then what I'm trying to say, it's a different
Smart
kind of it's a different kind of a game, right? Like he's just trying to figure out if this person is good to be in a relationship with him, but at the same time they're thinking, oh shit, this guy with the status hollered at me. Now they have a certain level of what I can get. Do you see where I'm going with this?
I just don't believe that the majority of women think that way. I'm not a believer in that. I think that the women that go out and do shit like this and get fucking posted on the internet saying dumb shit, they're not the average women. I don't believe so.
How do you think the average woman think?
Because, like, for example, like the whole thing with the girls walking out downtown and shit like that, I think most average women wouldn't have even gone to do the interview, right? Like,
bro, you haven't been
won't
downtown,
like attention,
man,
bro.
You
I
haven't
know
been
they like
downtown.
attention.
You haven't been downtown, bro. Just bring out a camera with a spotlight on it. You're gonna have 13 of them literally trying to dance in front of the camera. Like, just bring out a light.
Do I need
That's
a
all I
photo
have to do.
camera or film camera?
Doesn't matter, bro. An iPhone with a little stick light on it. Like, literally a light clipped to an iPhone. Just having that. You're going to have a bunch of girls that are... It's just what it is.
I don't know. I think it's hard to classify all of them in one thing.
Well, of course there are different ones. Of course there are still the ones that are like normal.
But I
grew
think
up
the
with
world is
father.
turning this way, unfortunately. That's why
I
social media is growing. That's
I
why
do believe
there's a whole culture around
that
this.
there is a lot more women that are like that than there was 10, 15 years ago. But I still don't think it's the majority. That would be my guess.
I think it's the majority depending on the place. For example, if you're in a popular place where people have access to...
I get what you're saying. That's
Exactly.
majority. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, it depends where you go.
Yeah, no, we're not
If you go to, like, I don't know, Arkansas and, like, you know, some country road there and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if you go to a village in Dominican Republic or, you know, in
she's just trying to
Brazil
get a
behind the
green card.
mountain or something. Yeah, I mean, well, she's trying to get a green card, but, you know, her how you say, requirements are lower than...
Oh, for sure. All
But
these requirements,
it's
all
the
you need
same
is that
thing.
blue
It's
passport.
just a different requirement because she doesn't have access to that world. Like once these woman gets a green card and comes here, that becomes that.
Yeah.
So, is the problem the environment? Is that why there's not a lot of women? Because eventually everybody's gonna have a social media. So what do you think? You think even then there will be more average girl? What do you think?
Because
is average?
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm giving more credit than is due to whatever in this situation. But I think that even a lot of women, like in those rural areas, like you say, even when the social media gets there and they start being more influenced by that, I think a lot of the average women are going to look at that and go, that bitch is being stupid. Just like we do when that girl's saying all that crazy shit. I think the average woman looks at that and goes, that bitch is being wild.
Bro,
Right
unfortunately, I wish
And
that
like I
was
said,
true.
maybe I'm giving more credit than credit's due.
I think you are there a little
Maybe.
bit.
Can you
A
pull
little
up
bit,
Chris
at least.
GK? What is it, Chris?
Jiu-jitsu.
Let's
Chris
wrap it up.
Perry.
Let's wrap it up
GQ
after this.
Perry,
Hot.
something like that. Chris GQ
Fucking
Perry
hot,
or
man.
something like that. Yeah, Chris Perry. Yeah, pull this guy up. So this guy went to meteoric success
I've seen some of his videos.
because of him pandering to women. Go back up. Go back up.
I've seen this guy.
Go back up. 2.5 million followers. Click on him.
He was
Click on the
canceled?
followers. Click on the followers. Now look through the amount of women that follow him. Just keep looking at it. This is only women that are following him. So what I'm trying to say, when you go on internet and some of the shit that he
Does he
says,
say
it's like
soft stuff, a woman supporting woman? That's why.
yeah, he's panders to women, and he literally in 1 year.
Shame on you.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I also would encourage you, go on your own Instagram, pull him up, and then click on the followers and see how many of your female friends that you know follow him.
What's that gonna do for LeBron's legacy?
Well, LeBron,
I agree.
But what I'm trying to say, if you want to be successful on social media, pander to women. Literally, overnight you will become a success. Overnight.
Kiss their butt, basically.
Well, like I think,
And then most of the time these guys come out and then they got essay allegations against them.
I think it's weird,
Start
man.
shooting
Like
free throws.
Yeah.
I will have to say, I think that on average, the way that women do intake social media and the way that men do is completely different.
Bro, they've done the studies, and I think we've talked about this. They went to this remote village where there was no internet access. They gave them all phones, and then came back a year later. Guess what happened? All women were addicted to social media, or men were addicted to porn. Literally, like they took this to
Sounds like a simple life.
yeah, primitive community, which is considered primitive,
got a
right?
phone and he's got 2 hands.
Yeah.
What else does he
Just be
need?
careful with that P word.
Huh?
Be careful with the P word on the white tee.
Oh, okay.
Simple
So
life.
it's a fairly primitive life, right? They're giving them
Oh
phones.
yeah, very
they
primitive.
get addicted to the XXX type of
Adult
adult content, and the women get addicted to social media. There's a clear differentiation between the sexes, what they like and enjoy. So if they're
Why did
addicted,
they ban tube galore? By the way, guys.
they didn't. I think it was just Florida laws.
Florida.
Florida laws.
Florida
you have
law.
to now
You have to basically provide like your
an
ID,
ID.
to do it.
Okay.
I know. I heard that
Or you can just find a different website.
yeah.
I mean, I'm
heard-
just asking for a friend of a friend.
yeah, right.
But I'll tell him
I know
about
a
that.
guy that knows a guy.
So I know the hub, the famous hub was
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah. And so I think it was like when the law was first passed, they abided by the law, right? And they requested, people to make an account and do the whole license bullshit, right? Now I think that they just completely stopped their service in Florida. You can't even you can't use it. Even if you want to go in and make you can't. Like it's just I saw an article that said basically they said it was becoming too difficult to try and abide by their rules. It just kind of didn't make sense, and they were trying to be too strict about it. Whatever. Like Miggy said, always other websites.
Yeah, and then it's just
Again, I'll tell that to my friend.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking
You need
about.
me to send you the link so you can send it to him?
I'll give you his number so you can send straight to him.
yeah.
So what I'm trying to say, if you're in that, if you're dating and if you're trying, and then another big thing that's becoming really bad for men, not only being addicted to adult content, but a lot of men are being, now, people are finding out that a lot of guys are being addicted to the paid ladies of the night. I don't know if
Dama de noches?
Yeah, the ladies of the night, and what happens with them?
You're telling me that we're using the oldest profession to mankind?
Yes,
Still
but
to today?
but
That's historic.
yeah, no. Not only that they're using the oldest profession, but
that was the first way women started working, right?
But the frequency,
You're telling me that women are doing their job? No.
No.
Damn, Miguel.
Yeah,
Damn.
we're comedians.
We
we're
ain't trying to get canceled
Yeah,
here.
we're
Miguel.
comedians. This is
I
a
don't
skit.
care.
It's a
I'm
skit.
a comedian. I'm a comedian.
Yeah, but what I'm
Shitty
trying
one,
to say,
but he's one.
the frequency.
I'm a jester.
The frequency of this that's happening with the same guy, they get delusional on a side, kind of like these women get delusional. They get delusional that these women actually are in a relationship with them. This is happening with OF creators.
I feel
and
like
things
that's
like that.
always happened for a long time with prostitutes, even guys getting
Yeah.
involved with prostitutes.
Yeah,
and
bro,
getting emotional connection. It's always been like that.
It's
I mean,
insane. They
This
this whole.
happened with me at least 5 times. No, I'm joking.
it happens to the best of us, right?
What I'm saying is the social media brought good
I'm
things,
in
but at the
love
same
with a
time,
stripper.
yeah,
Ooh-wee.
yeah, that's the thing,
I'ma
right?
take you home with me.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
man.
anyway,
Let's
so
wrap it
I
up
think
for
this was
today.
a pretty good,
Yeah, this is
pretty
great.
good content. Yeah,
That one's definitely going to get cut, that
Yeah.
part, guys.
that happened to me 5
Oh
times.
man!
Bullshit.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Yuri, for coming on, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having me. Always good to be here with you
Yeah,
guys.
it's lovely. It's great.
Before
it's
we all
always a good laugh.
fucking burn up in here.
Yeah, they probably turned off the AC. Those fuckers out there. Okay, all right, guys. Thank you for joining us. A shout out to UFC Gym Largo and Pinellas Park. Go check those guys out.
Yeah,
and
come-
Vitality Wellness
You want to
Centers.
come and train with Yuri? Come out.
Yeah,
come
wanna
out to
train
the
with this
gym,
guy.
yeah.
You go out to Pinellas Park and get your ass whooped. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe a little bit. You got to be the nail before you can be the hammer, right?
No,
That's one of
I'm
the
just,
biggest-
I'll help you guys to kick ass. That's
Yeah.
better.
Alrighty, guys. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate it.
Peace.